Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. Today is a beautiful day for the Crimson Light channel. I got a whole list of projects to complete before I reveal it to the world. Unfortunately, I'm still working an 8-hour job, so I don't have time to do anything. You know what I do have time for though? Defending those who have been falsely accused. I did this once when I defended God tweets and saved his skin, and now I'm going to do it again. Today we will be defending me. Yeah, apparently I'm a child rapist. That's something I get labeled as every time I call out pedophiles on the internet. We will be debunking those allegations today, starting with the first one. Number one, you looked up lolicon porn. You have no idea how many times I had to rewrite this script because of the new developments that are happening recently. Me and the boys have been looking deep into my history because originally we didn't have evidence against this allegation until now. As it turns out, I was hacked. This happened 4 years ago. This was back during the days of Dragon Ball Saiyan posting, where I debuted into the internet. In Dragon Ball Saiyan posting, it's been shut down and revived multiple times because someone decided it was a good idea to take down the entire group. This guy right here. Now let me tell you something about this guy right here. He is a fucking madman. I first encountered this guy when I started making posts saying that Dragon Ball GT isn't canon, or that Dragon Ball GT isn't the strongest verse in Dragon Ball, or that base GT Goku has no chance against Dragon Ball Super Goku. I spent 2 years doing this, by the way. 24/7, no break, no sleep, just arguing with GT fans about Dragon Ball's canon. Basically just me trying to stop misinformation, since that's something that I hate the most. I hate misinformation. That is a trait that I still have to this very day. I spent 2 years in this Facebook group stopping the misinformation about Dragon Ball, and the longer I did it, the more aggressive they became. It first began with debates, then it began with them not debating me at all and just spamming the same comment, base GT Goku stance, base GT Goku stance, base GT Goku stance, over and over again. But then it got worse because they originally did it inside the group, but now they're spamming it outside of the group, hunting me down everywhere I go, just spamming the comment constantly, religiously, like a fucking cult. It even got so bad that they went into my YouTube channel and started commenting that shit on there as well. I was fine with it because, well, it's the internet. It's to be expected, you know? There's going to be toxic fan bases around, harassing you everywhere you go. It was bound to happen to me at some point. I was ready for it. Now, what I didn't prepare for was that they were going to do something far much worse. Well, at least one of them did. This is where this guy comes in. This guy is a very special case because out of all the GT fans that I've been dealing with for the past 2 years, he was the worst one I've ever faced. This man would do anything to get under my skin. When I tell you that he was the worst person I've ever faced, this man was the Green Goblin to my Spider-Man, the Joker to my Batman. This guy was my arch nemesis. Spamming base GT Goku stomp, spamming all kinds of memes, harassing other people just to get at me, but most importantly, taking down the entire group itself. Remember when I said that the group got shut down and revived? Yeah, that was his fault. The guy is just a troll. He's just some random guy. He's just a retard, you know? So why is he relevant to this discussion? And you'd be right in thinking that because originally he wasn't supposed to be. Like I said earlier, he was just some guy. There's no way that he could be involved with the hacking situation that happened that day, right? Well, that's exactly what the fuck happened. I have a little friend. His name is Chaos. He goes by the name of Worst Takes now. He's trying to start a gimmick account, so make sure you give him support because when I tell you that this man came in clutch, he came in clutch. Me, him, and Venom were playing Street Fighter the other night, and we were reminiscing about the past, remembering all of the dumbass shit that we did in Dragon Ball Saiyan posting. We were nostalgic. We started talking about the admins and how cool they were. We were talking about one of the best members of the entire group, Jonathan Burt Lord, the GOAT, my glorious king. And we were talking about one of the worst members of the group. We were talking about all the fun that we had during the good old days until I mentioned the name Pinky. Because out of all the members of that group, he was the one that I remember the most because he was my arch nemesis. When I mentioned his name, Chaos froze as if he came to a realization. He suddenly remembers that he actually spoke with Pinky Broomskill during the hacking incident. So he went into his hard drive, looked very deep in there because there was a lot of stuff in his hard drive. He looked as deep as he possibly could to see if he could gather anything he had from 5 years ago. And he found it. He found the screenshots of him confronting Pinky about what he did to me. Now, before I show you these screenshots, I need to tell you what exactly happened during the hacking situation. So one fateful day, I did what I usually do. I set the record straight about Dragon Ball. The GT fans got angry. It was just an average Tuesday morning. It wasn't actually Tuesday, but you get what I mean. On that same day, I made a Reddit account for the specific purpose of watching porn because I had a porn addiction around that time. It was ruining my life. The whole point of me making this Reddit account was so that I could lurk. I wasn't supposed to comment. I wasn't supposed to post. I wasn't supposed to do anything on the site. I was supposed to not exist. However, I quickly canceled that idea because, like I said, the porn addiction was ruining my life and I decided that I needed to make a change. The fact that I made a Reddit account proves how far my porn addiction has gotten me. So I decided that enough was enough and I didn't look up porn on there. I've decided that I was going to post Smash Bros content on there instead since I was a Smash Bros content creator and I still am. But still, I haven't done anything because I got tired. You know, I decided I was going to go to sleep because I was spending all night arguing with GT fans. So I went ahead didn't hit the sheets. 30 or 20 minutes later, I believe, I started getting pinged like crazy. It was notification after notification after notification, and it pissed me off so bad that I muted the entire phone and tried to go back to sleep. I was about to go to sleep until Venom started calling me, yelling me into my ears saying, check your Facebook account, check your YouTube, check your Reddit, check all 3 of these accounts, bro. They're all hacked. When he told me this, my heart sank to my stomach because I ain't gonna lie, I was bragging about how I could never get hacked. You know, I went to many shady websites. I went to many fucking pirate sites to download the content that I produce. There's no way a hacker would come and catch me until it did. So not only did I look fucking stupid, not only did I started looking like a goddamn fraud since I boasted that shit, but my personal information is on there. I can get doxxed. So tell me why when I went to go check all 3 of my accounts, each and every last one of them was posting scat porn, fucking gore, fucking lolicon porn, real life child porn. It was disgusting and it actually made me vomit. I was actually sick, and I may not sound like it right now because I'm bottling up the pain, but that was a very traumatic event for me. I saw some shit that I wish I never saw. I was confused, I was scared, I was angry, and I was just asking myself, how could this happen to me? I'd never been hacked like this before. I could never get caught like this. How could this happen? That was when I looked at one of my posts and I began to notice that one of those posts said base GT Goku stomps, and that's how I knew that it was one of those fuckers who did this shit to me. But the problem is I didn't know who it was specifically. I mean, it was a lot of those guys. It could be fucking anybody within this group, but that doesn't matter. I need to take back my account and clean house, and that's exactly what I did. I changed my password 10 times in a row. That's right, I made a new password after making a new password 10 times in a row because that's how much I was freaking out. I disconnected every device that was connected to this Google account. Once I was fully secure and I have everything that was rightfully mine back to me, I went on a fucking killing spree. I deleted every single post that this hacker has made, every single comment that this hacker has made, and I did all of this while I was fighting for my life to stay awake. I have spent several hours fighting my sleep, deleting every post and comment that was ever made on Facebook, on YouTube, and my brand new, I'm talking baby Reddit account. My friends were reacting to the situation as it unfolded, and it was driving them fucking nuts. I even reacted to the situation a bit because they hacked my Reddit account. I just made this thing. Why are you touching it? I didn't even promote the Reddit account. Nobody knows about it yet. Why are you touching it? It's stupid. There's no point in doing that. I don't get it. But again, doesn't matter. I have to delete everything, and that's exactly what I did. I did not leave not a single comment behind. I did not leave not a single post behind. Everything was perfectly fine, and I finally rest until now. Yeah, it turns out there was one post that I missed, and it's been living under my Reddit account for 4 years, right under my nose. And that's where this allegation began. Alright, now you know my history, you know how the hack went, you know where this lolicon image came from, and now you know why it's here. I got hacked. But by who? Originally, I did not have an answer because, again, the hacker didn't really make it easy for me to identify them. But thanks to the efforts of Chaos coming in clutch, we finally have the man responsible for everything. Let's investigate the screenshots, shall we? Now, when the screenshots were shown previously, a lot of people called it fake because of the black lines here, which, to be fair, they have a good point. The easiest way to tell a screenshot is fake is if there's black lines around it. Fortunately for me, that's just how Facebook is. On the website, I mean. The black lines are there because it's a layout issue. Another thing people called these screenshots fake for was the timestamps. Nobody's seen the timestamps of the messages. This is also the fault of the website itself because on the app, you can look at the timestamp of when the message was sent. And while it's the same case for the website, it's kind of different because they only show a timestamp in a thread. On the website itself, they don't show timestamp for every message that is being sent. And as you can tell from this screenshot right here, this was taken from Chaos's desktop from back in the day. This proves that the screenshots are indeed real. Now, without further delays, let's look at the screenshots that Chaos provided. Why did you do that to him? Ho's mad. You think this is funny? Multiple skull emojis. Yeah, he always does that. One thing you gotta understand about him is that if he fucks you over, he'll proudly wear it on his sleeve. I warned him that I was going to take his account, but he didn't take me seriously. You did all of this over a fucking TV show? Are you fucking kidding me? Stay mad. Base GT Goku stomps. Stop. That shit's not funny. Did this to a minor, which is true. I was 17 years old when this occurred. Ho's mad. Pinky, Rakehead is in deep trouble right now. This isn't a fucking joke. He reaped what he sowed. He should have left me alone. He was trying to stop you from abusing that girl, you sick fuck. You were trolling her day and night and kept making ults to bother her. Yeah, so a while back he was harassing this girl at the time and I defended her. He didn't really appreciate that. Okay, and that's what he gets for trying to play hero for a chick he had a crush on. Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Nigga, I did not have a crush on her. You were bullying her every single day to no end. You were making her depressed. And if I allowed it to continue any longer, she would have been suicidal. What the fuck? He doesn't have a crush on her. What are you talking about? He does have a crush on her. Otherwise, he wouldn't be popping up every time she's around. Dude, you were trying to dox her. You were trying to find ways to contact her parents and everything. What are you talking about? Dude, I don't care about that. You posted all that fucked up shit on his profile. You ruined his life. I got out of that situation, so that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you're not wrong. I mean, you kind of are, but you're over exaggerating a bit. Chaos. Space GT Goku Stomps. Okay, that's getting real fucking annoying. I just told you that I don't give a fuck about that. Be fucking serious. Why did you hack him? Why? He deserved it. What the fuck did Rickhead do to deserve any of this? He was trying to protect her from you because you wouldn't leave her the fuck alone. Okay, and that's it. I'm done. Base GT Goku slams Super Goku. Dude, are you fucking serious? You did all of this shit just because you wouldn't leave a girl alone? You did all of this because I stopped you from harassing her. You did all of this because I helped her out. Are you fucking serious? I know it's been 4 years since our last encounter, so I know damn well you're not watching this, but please kill yourself. Kill yourself in front of your family. Kill yourself on stream for me. I want to see everything. I want to see all the details. You can use a knife, you can use a gun, you can use a rope. I don't care what method you use. Kill yourself. See, if this was just a troll, it would have been fine, but you did more than just trolling. You hacked my account, you stole my shit, and you posted that bullshit all over my accounts, and you traumatized me. You destroyed me with the shit that you posted. For no fucking reason at all. What are you, the Reverse Flash? You dedicated your entire existence just to make me suffer? Why? Why? Why would you ever do that? And don't say it's just trolling, it's just troll. This isn't a fucking troll. I know trolls. They don't do shit like this. He's taking this way too seriously for any of this to be a fucking joke. Quite literally, this shit makes no fucking sense. Yeah, I helped her out. Why am I wrong for doing that? This is the most dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Fucking hell. Now you know the full story of what's going on here. Pinky Brunskill was the one who was searching up lolicon porn on my Reddit account. He was the one who posted all that bullshit on my Facebook and on my YouTube. And for my OG subscribers, if you saw that bullshit, I am terribly sorry. I am so fucking sorry that you had to see that bullshit. If you didn't, that's cool. That's cool. That's great. That's awesome even, because I would consistently get 0 views at the time. So if you didn't see anything, good. Fucking good. But if you did, I am terribly sorry that you had to see that shit. This fucking jackass ruined everything. The lolicons don't even know. They don't even know what's going on here. They don't even know. And I don't think they ever will. And even if they did, I don't think they care, because maintaining the agenda is their top priority. Next allegation. You defended Dr. Disrespect. Okay, number one, I didn't actually defend him. I just said there wasn't enough evidence, which was true. There was no chat logs for me to read. And if there's no chat logs to read, I am right to say that you can't call him a pedophile for that. Number two, I watched his stream to see if he would show the chat logs, and he didn't. So I turned against him. He kept yammering on and on and on and on and on and on and on about bullshit that I do not care about. I wanted to see chat logs, and he did. So you know what I did after that? I called him a pedophile. Number three, I got confronted by Venom for calling Dr. Disrespect a pedophile because he didn't show the chat logs, right? But Venom basically told me that if I don't have the chat log, I cannot give him that label. I explained my logic, I explained my reasoning for why I think Dr. Disrespect is a pedophile, and he called me out on it. I'm not gonna lie, he beat the dog shit out of me in that debate. I couldn't explain how I had full definitive proof that he was having sexual conversations with a minor. It was an inappropriate conversation, but we do not know if it was sexual specifically. So now I'm completely neutral when it comes to him. I don't know if he's a pedophile or not. I don't have confirmation. And until I have confirmation, I'm not going to judge him. I can't judge him. Unless I see those chat logs, I can't say anything about him. I am neutral. Next allegation. You searched up on Google if it was okay to have sex with children. I made the claim that raping children is bad. And as the claimant, I have no choice. It is mandatory that I cite my sources, that I show studies, that I show statistics, researches into my claim to prove that what I'm saying can be backed up, that it's undebatable, that it can't be argued against. I couldn't move forward with it because I was afraid of the search results I would get if I hit enter. So I canceled. I screenshotted that to let you know that I have failed to provide proof of my claim. I failed to cite statistics. I have failed to provide a source. I failed, which means my claim can be called into question. The burden of proof is on the claimant, and since I'm the claimant, I need to provide a source, or else it's disregarded. That is the rule. And if you're not going to follow that rule, I will. And if I fail to follow that rule myself, I lose the argument. That is objectively how it works. We can agree to disagree, but objectively speaking, that's how these debates work. That's how I debate. Do not make a claim without a source to back it up. That is the number one rule, and I will follow it until the day I fucking die. If I'm stupid for looking up sources, so be it. But I'm not wrong for looking up a source. I'm not wrong for trying to prove my claim. I'm not wrong for trying to prove why raping children is bad. Next allegation. This dude right here is a confirmed pedophile. As you can see, he straight up says that it isn't pedophilic for a 13-year-old child to be sexual with a 17-year-old. He also defended a 22-year-old dating and being sexual with a 17-year-old. That doesn't confirm that I'm a pedophile. That's not how pedophilia works. According to multiple different definitions of pedophilia, it is required, mandatory even, that I must be sexually attracted to children. This screenshot isn't an example of that, so you lied. Now, About what I said in that screenshot. In hindsight, I wasn't aware that teenagers are capable of being pedophiles. I was pretty sure that being an adult is a requirement, but it turns out not to be the case. Teenagers can be pedophiles, my friends. I looked up the sources to verify it, and it's undeniable. It can't be debated. Now, I'm going to say this for the 1000th time, because what you don't know is that he's hiding the context of me saying this multiple times. So I'm going to say it again so that you can marinate it in your brain. It doesn't fucking matter. It quite literally is irrelevant to what I just said. It does not matter in the slightest. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, minors are minors, it's all disgusting. Wait, what the fuck was that? All of it is disgusting. All of it, by all counts. You can clearly see in this screenshot that I stated multiple times that I do not condone this behavior and that I condemn it. I condemned it with every comment that I'm making. So stop lying and say that I support pedophilia, because as you can clearly see, I don't. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It is right here. I don't support pedophilia, and the screenshots show it. Stop fucking lying. Another thing he addressed is that I defended a 22-year-old dating a 17-year-old. This is also a lie because this video exists. They were not dating. The only thing I managed to prove is that the 22-year-old was being a little bit strange, but not straight up pedophilic. Cher said it himself that he's made wrong decisions towards him when he was 17, but not to the point to where he's a victim of grooming. So you just lied. These two never dated when he was 17. They dated when he turned 18, months after he turned 18. However, I find it a little bit weird that you're taking your information from someone who is sending doujins to minors, and if you don't know what a doujin is, it's hentai. It's a hentai manga. That's what a doujin is. Further evidence of him defending pedophiles since he's making posts saying he never did this. I wouldn't address this allegation if it weren't for the fact that he didn't watch the defense video I made on Cher. He still believes Cher's boyfriend is a pedophile after the video came out, when I quite literally proved that he isn't. What he has done is weird, odd, strange even. I mean, he just sent two niggas kissing as a meme. It's weird, but it's not pedophilic. It's not pedophilic at all. It doesn't fall under that definition. Cher is not a victim of pedophilia. There's evidence of that now. Watch it and see for yourself. Everything you need is in that video, so go watch. Next allegation. The dude never stops incriminating himself. Here he tries to defend saying it's not pedophilic to talk to a minor sexually by calling it an error in texting that he supposedly has all the time, but there's no real proof of that, and he's also posting what he would consider okay. Yeah, this is disingenuous for so many different reasons. I've already corrected myself frame one after making that comment. It didn't even last a second because I realized that it's a typo. I have a bad habit of not typing in the full words and rely on predictive text, as you can see here. I was trying to say there's nothing wrong with talking to a minor with hypersexuality, which is true, by the way. There really isn't. I looked it up, and you know that's what I'm trying to say. You know, because I literally corrected myself a second after. It's right here in the screenshot. Now, about that mid-ass character from Da-Da-Da holding a giant golden ball like she's Luffy, you're obviously clearly trolling at this point because you know damn well that this isn't a pornographic image, like at all. As you can clearly see in the screenshot, I said you are not him. You are not my glorious king. You are not Luffy. You're grasping at straws. That's what I originally said before I got my account suspended for yelling out racial slurs to my friends. However, he clarified. Just an update, he has been informed hours ago that what he has quote tweeted was a minor's testicle and has acknowledged that he would have never posted that if he had known, but despite his activity since that time, hasn't deleted his CP. Dude really doesn't care, but that's no surprise. I didn't delete the quote tweet because I knew what would happen if I did. I know your pattern. I know how you guys think. You would have made multiple posts saying that I deleted it after being caught in 4K. I wasn't going to let that slide, so I kept it up. Now, in hindsight, I should have just deleted it anyway and wait for you guys to do exactly what I expected you to do, but that's why I kept it up. You can go ahead and read this part because I'm too lazy to. That's not changing the fact that kids and teenagers are on a different category, stupid. You don't even know how the dictionary works and it shows. Next allegation. Well, as of current, he has been suspended, probably for his comments about wanting to nuke Japan again. Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm still making those jokes to this very day, so that's clearly not what happened. What had happened was, I was throwing racial slurs towards my friends, and I got caught doing so. Simple as that. On his now current account, he openly states that he doesn't actually care about anybody but himself, which goes against what he has said about wanting to protect kids from predators. He doesn't actually care about kids, he doesn't actually care about his so-called friends, none of that, only himself. Okay, he's over-exaggerating a bit, but he's kinda right. I've always been a selfish person. Have I helped people in the past? Yes, I have, but I'm still an asshole. And you want to know what's funny about this allegation? He says this as if my fan base doesn't actually know this fact about me. They do. Everyone in my community knows this fact about me. They know that I'm an asshole. They know I'm selfish. They know how much I hate taking responsibility over other people. If this is your attempt to cancel me, you're doing a very terrible job. Everyone knows I throw out slurs. Everyone knows that I insult people every chance I get. Everyone knows this fact about me because I told them right here in this video. Why do you think I told my subscribers not to see me as your role model? Not to see me as your hero? Because I'm not. Yeah, I've helped people in the past, but I'm not no goddamn superhero. Do not expect me to be. I don't care how much of a big fan you are of me. Do not see me as a hero. You will regret it. Honestly, I don't think his elevator reaches the top floor, if you know what I mean. Those closest to him seem to be the same. One of them seems to think he's nice simply because he saved their life. Yeah, it's a nice thing, but anybody can save a life. One nice act doesn't make a nice person, and nice people usually don't go around harassing others over the dumbest of things like he does, nor do they usually go around throwing racist language at other people who they haven't spoken to prior. Well, luckily for me, I never did such a thing. I'm willing to debate you on that statement alone. And yeah, I have made racist jokes towards somebody. I have thrown slurs at people. You want to know why I do that? They made racist jokes towards me. See, the thing you gotta understand is that if I'm an asshole to you, it's because you were an asshole to me first. I don't attack people unprovoked. I don't just pop up out of nowhere and call you a nigger. You have to do that first. Why? Because if you throw fire, you should expect fire in return. I'm not gonna do anything until you do something. That's just how I am. So if you go on Twitter and you see me calling someone a smoke monkey, it's because they called me a smoke monkey first. I never hit first. I will never hit first. I will only hit after. I don't care when people call me slurs either. Does the word have history? Yeah, sure. Bad history. But you know what they say? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never break me. Next allegation. Me and Konosuke are not friends, like at all. Now, I'm not saying that we got beef because that would imply that we actually know each other, but we don't. I can't even say that we talk to each other. We don't hang out. We don't even interact with each other on a daily basis. So this idea that I'm working with Konosuke, that me and him are best friends, that me and him are brothers, that we're homies, we're big dogs, that's stupid. That's just retarded. You want to know why I followed him? It's for his content on YouTube, that's why. This man has a history of exposing pedophiles on the internet, so I followed him. I'm just the audience. Now, I'm not going to address this person completely. I'm going to save that for another video because this man might have a parasocial relationship with Konosuke, not going to lie. We will get to that in due time. Trust me. I investigated Andrew's profile thoroughly. He has no child porn anywhere on his profile, so you just lied. The image you're referring to features an image of a child getting raped, yes, but it's being posted by another person entirely. This isn't proof that I'm a pedophile. You're grasping at straws. Again, next allegation. You know, if I recall something, Naruto isn't porn. Last I checked, there was no 5-year-old getting butt booty naked in front of a 50-year-old ugly bastard. You can't use the devil's advocate and mention sexy jutsus because that actually doesn't count considering it's a technique used to trick people, not to fuck people. Kishimoto does not sexualize kids. You just lied. The people calling me a pedophile always have pedophilic material all over their shit, whether if it's their own art, their own posts, retweets, everything, just defending pedophilic material as well. These are the only people calling me a pedophile. No one else is doing this. Literally, these are the only people calling me a pedophile. And to that, I say, that's the internet for you. I wanted an adventure and I got one. I experienced pain, fear, sadness, happiness, and anger all in a matter of hours, fighting every day for myself and other people. This is what I came to Twitter for. This is why when I first got into Twitter, before the Elon takeover, I was bored out of my mind because I didn't get the adventure that I always wanted. It is thanks to Twitter, and mainly Dragon Ball Saiyan posting, that I have friends by my side. I have villains too. Literally, villains come to attack me every day to push me over the edge, but to be stronger than the person I was yesterday. I was able to grow as a person due to the enemies I faced. The friends I made along the way, the rivals I've made along the way, this is what I've always wanted. I have that adventure now. And that's why I will never leave Twitter. Does it suck that I have to deal with pedophiles on a daily basis? Yes, but pedophiles are all over the site right now. They're the main threat at this point. It's hard to ignore the pedophiles on here. Chibi reviews, popping a bottle to a boy getting sexually assaulted, calling it a win. Poor Denji. Zeke allowing minors into his servers so he can force them to do sexual and suggestive things for him to consume. Mr. Tea Time, who harasses innocent people on a daily basis by trying to reply to anyone who blocks him. Cece, who he and all of his friends harassed an innocent man off of Twitter, all because he saved a child with hypersexuality from killing himself. And the entire lolicon community gaslighting you into thinking they were victims of pedophilia, as if they actually think someone is gonna really fall for that shit. The lolicon community is a pedophile community filled with child rapists who forces minors to produce sexual favors for them, while gaslighting you into thinking they actually keep minors out of their community, despite many videos showing how that's a fucking lie. You want to know how bad this is? If you make a post saying that pedophilia is bad on Twitter, you would get jumped for it. I'm dead serious. Saying pedophilia bad is a controversial statement now. That's how bad the pedophile situation has gotten. All lolicons are pedophiles. Each and every last one of them. And there's proof of it right here. This is all of the allegations I have received. I'm sure there are new ones out there that I'm not really aware of. But until I see those new allegations, this is where our story ends. Now, earlier I said I was going to tell you what cannon tards are. Watch this video. It will tell you everything you need to know. And fun fact, this video was made after the hacking situation, so it's very important you give it a watch, okay? This is Maniac signing out. Oh yeah, by the way, kill yourself!